Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. For you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. It has been fun and busy week in my life. I just got back into the States late last night, and I'm actually recording this Sunday, probably about an hour before this goes out. Um, had an amazing time with some colleagues, traveling to Italy, um, getting to check out Rome, then doing a leadership work class for a week with colleagues from all over the world, which was outstanding. We got to stay on a resort, basically area, old farmhouse community area, about 60 kilometers southwest of Milan. After spending the first weekend in Rome, we got to spend some time as a team in a farmhouse for about a week, and then spent Friday in Milan, Friday evening in Milan before we fly out Saturday and get back home late yesterday evening. But an amazing time, not only for the personal growth for myself, getting to see some of these amazing places and getting to take some of these awesome classes, but as a team, for us getting to work together on different projects, get some amazing insight from some amazing instructors on understanding ourselves, harnessing that that energy, not injury, that energy, and then bringing it back to your teams and helping grow your teams along with yourself at the same time. Phenomenal time. And then evening times filled with a lot of conversation, great food, maybe mixed in with some drink and some karaoke to late hours, and then getting up and doing it all over again. But at the end of this video, I'll have a couple of the little things that I did bourbon hunting while I was in Italy, along with a kind of a picture collage of some of the things that I was able to view and witness that week while I was in Italy. But it was outstanding. Today we're going to go over something a little different. We went over some Doc Swenson, last week, which was a store pick, which was from Maple Party, which is a store that people may know that I like to call the Affair. It's a store that I genuinely like. I like the owner. I like the people. I think they do an outstanding job there. So I was glad to get one of their store picks. The day before I left out of town, the store that is commonly known as the Mistress, the bottle shop, got some of this Doc Swinson's Amburana Cask, which is an experimental one for them. They were the only store in this area that I know that got some of these, and I was very fortunate to actually get one. I went in and talked with them, and they hadn't even put it out yet, and they were gracious enough to get me a bottle. As I explained, I'm going to be out of town. I won't have an opportunity for this, and they were very good to me. And they said, "Look, we'll go ahead and we're going to put it out later today. We'll go ahead and get you a bottle," and they did. And so I have the opportunity to review it today. Very excited about that. I just catching up too on a lot of the feedback that you guys left while I was out of the States. Thank you so much for the comments. I tried to go back and answer every one of them. Truly appreciate that. If I missed something, please let me know. Also, at the end of this video, we get a winner for the I Love JD. Someone will get a sample of all four of these bottles that I did a comparison on last week. So you can give me your thoughts on that. So I'll go over that. But first, let's get into some of this Doc Swinson's Amburana Cask. They've been kind of one of those things that I absolutely love. It's out of South America's. You get a lot of cinnamons out of it. I've got a few of them up here. I've got the Fiddler Amburana Cask, which I like a lot. And there's a couple other Amburana casks that are out there that I'm still hunting and liking. I've had two of the Fiddler ones. One was Patient Zero, which was I was able to get that sample from someone that's a subscriber. And I did a comparison on those. Absolutely love it. So I was very intrigued to see that Doc Swinson's had one out. Looking forward to trying. I know a lot of people, Penelope Rio, I believe that was Amburana Cask as well. kind of went nuts on that. So if you like Amburana, if you like that heavy cinnamon type of flavor, you might want to check into some of those. But let's see what Doc Swinson's had. This one comes in at 112.8 proof. So it shouldn't be something that's going to be breathing fire, but for some people that might still be a little bit heavy. But for me, that 110 to 125-ish or so is kind of right in my wheelhouse. Definitely enjoy those. This kind of has a light amber color to it. Cinnamon oak right up front. Cinnamon is present and right there. Get some nice lighter vanilla undertones on this. You get a little bit of an apricot on this too. Very, very nice. For me, this has got I wouldn't say it's super outstanding nose, but it's got a very good nose to it. It's something I can get into. I see it's got some good viscosity in it, just looking at the droplets coming down the glass. Initial punch on this. At first on the tongue, it's very nice. It's not overpowering. It's that good mouthfeel. You get a little pop of the cinnamon and the rye in the back. Nice little burn through the chest. Initial first thought was like, you remember the cinnamon red cinnamon discs? Kind of reminds me of that. It's like the cinnamon discs that you got, hard candies that you got when you were a kid. And that's the initial first pop I got out of that. I got a little bit of almost like a buttery caramel up front, and then all of a sudden it's like a cinnamon disc. So it's almost like you put a butterscotch and a cinnamon disc in your mouth at the same time. It's pretty interesting there. Pretty contrasting flavors that you get on that. And this is a neat finish because it kind of ramps up a little bit. You get the initial punch of that kind of the cinnamon disc, but then you kind of get a punch and some rye spice on the back. You're feeling the nice warmth through your chest, getting a little bit of the oak on the back side of it, getting a little more, I'd say, tobacco than anything else on the back of this. Not getting a huge complexity of flavors, but I'm getting some very nice flavors through it. It's not overly sweet at all. And those that know, I'm like a real sweet bourbon, but this one's just not overpoweringly sweet at all. Get some of the vanilla coming through it a little bit. But man, that Amburana cask, that is definitely the star of the show. If you like cinnamon, and maybe not super overly sweet cinnamon, but you just like a good cinnamon flavor, kind of like a cinnamon stick or something that maybe you've had with your tea or your coffee or something. You get that initial punch, and then it's just kind of a slow, lingering cinnamon in the back. You would really, really like this. It's got a very soft mouthfeel to me. It's not, like I said, it's maybe not as viscous as I thought it would be, not as oily in the mouth, but it does have a very nice soft mouthfeel to it. Definitely something that I enjoy as far as a cinnamon lover. If you're not a big cinnamon person, I would not go with this for you. You have to like cinnamon to like this because it is on the nose, it is on the palate, it is on the finish. It's cinnamon, 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 cinnamon. So if you're not a big cinnamon person, pass on this. If you like cinnamon a lot, this is probably going to be in your wheelhouse and something you'd really, really enjoy. So for me, this is something that I like. I think in the future I may have some kind of an Amburana Cask giveaway just because I like the Amburana stuff, the Amburana Cask. And I'm a big cinnamon person, so maybe some other bourbons that have maybe not Amburana Cask, but a good, maybe I'll do a cinnamon themed kind of giveaway in the future. Some that are cask that make it that way, and others that just naturally kind of have that cinnamon flavor to it. So that being said, too, we've got these four right here, and there's some good cinnamon flavors that are in these Jack Daniel barrel proof store picks. So the winner of this one was in the I Love JD from last Sunday, I believe, is when I posted that one. Was you were going to get a 2-ounce sample of each of these. Got to be over 21. Got to be in the continental United States. Have to find a way to prove that to me too, and stuff like that, so I can find a way to get it transported to you. Um, this person would have to email me at the Echoes and Eternity Bourbon at gmail.com, and we'll start that discussion there. But for the winner for the Jack Daniels four 2-ounce samples was William Hall. William, congratulations. I think you're getting 4 very good pours. And the things that make these Jack Daniels pours so much more special to me is at the price point. I mean, these are $70 bottles. I know that is considered, a expensive bottle. I'm not blind to that. But for the quality I've been getting out of these bottles, I don't mind paying the $69.99 plus tax, because it's a special pour. It's not, if it's your every night drink, you're rolling a lot deeper than I am in things. And congratulations to you. But this should be hey, this is a special occasion with friends. There's a special reason behind it. And this is something you sit down at the end of the night and have, and maybe at the end of the week, and have a nice pour and say, man, that's awesome. I think Terrence put down there that those are a great Friday night pour for him. You sit down once a week and you have that pour and you say, dang, this is something to kind of unwind at the end of the week. I've definitely enjoyed it, and there we go. But William, congratulations. Looking to hearing from you to see about the way to get these to you. I did do some bourbon hunting while I was in Italy. Did not have much luck there. I'll put a couple of videos on before the picture collage, just to kind of give you an idea what I went to the duty-free stores, went to some of the liquor stores in Rome and Milan, and I just didn't have enough time in the day to maybe find some of the things that were potentially there, because I was also being a tourist and also being a sightseer and spending time with colleagues and friends, and having a good time too. Drank a lot of other stuff outside of bourbon this weekend, or this whole past week as well. So learned a lot of things about the different cultures that I was around. And I was around so many different wonderful cultures, and it was really cool. But I'll explain that a little bit more at a later time. But I'll give you some videos of some of the bourbons hunting that I did there. Like I said, I did bring back a couple of bottles. I'll share those a little bit later, but they weren't traditional bourbons. They were some things that I liked why I was there, that meant something to me, and one that I just didn't think I was going to see somewhere else. So I picked it up, and I'll bring those up to a future video. But I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope if your fathers have had a fantastic Father's Day. If you've had someone that in your life was a great father figure for you, I hope you had the time to convey that to them. You all have an amazing day. Thank you for all the support while I was overseas. Have a great night. So I did forget to mention one thing. And if you're still watching this part, you'll get it. I've got 4 different bookers coming up. So I would like to get 4 samples out of these bookers to people, or at least a person. So my thoughts are behind this is I'm going to wait to do a video until after I've gotten those 4 samples of bookers to someone, and I'm going to send it to them blind. They'll know that they're 4 bookers. I'll give them the type and the names, but I'm not going to tell them in what order they are. And then they can take those bookers, and I'd like that person, once they receive, to review and give me their thoughts on those. And then I'll do a blind on all 4, and I'll give my thoughts, and we'll compare notes. It'll be fun. I mean, there's no bad case scenario out of it. You're going to get 4 bourbons. You get to tell me what you think on it. Which also reminds me, we have one more person I'm waiting for results on, so I can give my 12 blind results from 4 different people. And then, of course, next weekend, we've got the bourbon drop. A lot of fun stuff. But enjoy the pictures, enjoy the videos. Y'all have an amazing night. Oh, and for these bookers, just put bookers, Bookers, somewhere in the comments. Next Sunday, I'll draw a name. We'll get those 4 Booker's samples put out, and then sometime in the future, we'll do a video on it based on that person that won that's results. Y'all have a great day. These are the cases we need right here, Kevin. These were a hit in Canada a few years back. All the visibility, yeah.